I've always known exactly where I stand in my family's hierarchy. Right at the bottom, just below the designer throw pillows my mother keeps rearranging on our living room couch. My name is Maria, and I'm the other daughter, the one whose achievements come with an asterisk, whose success is measured in quiet nods rather than champagne toasts. Tonight I'm watching my younger sister Monica work her magic again, holding court at our parents' dining table like she's presenting her doctoral thesis. It's not just about sustainability, she says, waving her fork with the theatrical flair I've watched her perfect since childhood. It's about reimagining our entire approach to environmental consciousness through an intersectional lens. My mother Elizabeth leans forward, entranced. Fascinating, darling. And you'll be heading this think tank yourself? I take another sip of wine, fighting the urge to roll my eyes. Monica's on her third career pivot in 5 years, each one more grandiose than the last. Meanwhile, I've spent 8 years climbing the corporate ladder at my marketing firm, finally making executive level. Not that anyone at this table has noticed. Of course, Monica continues, we'll need significant seed funding. I've already secured verbal commitments from several investors, but... She trails off, her eyes finding mine across the table. My father Herbert clears his throat. Maria, your sister's work could really make a difference. Real change requires support from those who understand business fundamentals. There it is, the setup. I've seen this dance before. The subtle pressure, the implied obligation. I cut into my chicken with precise movements, buying time. Sounds interesting. I'd love to see the business plan. Oh, it's all very preliminary. Monica waves her hand dismissively. But we should discuss numbers soon, maybe over coffee this week? Before I can respond, my mother jumps in. Maria's always been so practical. Remember when Monica was organizing climate protests in college and Maria was doing her little marketing internship? That little internship led to my current position, I say quietly, but no one seems to hear. Speaking of which, Monica stands up. I need to powder my nose. Maria, come with? In the bathroom, Monica doesn't even pretend to check her makeup. She turns to me, dropping the academic facade. I'll assume you'll handle the funding? You make good money now, right? My smile feels frozen on my face. How much are we talking about? Just seed money? 200,000? Maybe 3? She says it like she's asking to borrow $20 for lunch. That's a significant investment. Come on, Maria. You've always been the responsible one, the stable one. Her voice takes on that familiar wheedling tone. Mom and Dad have done so much for us. Don't you think it's time to give back? I look at my sister, really look at her. Designer dress, perfect makeup, not a care in the world. And suddenly, something shifts inside me. Maybe it's the wine, maybe it's decades of suppressed resentment, but I'm done being the family ATM. Send me the proposal, I say smoothly, all the documentation. I'll need to do my due diligence. Monica's smile falters for just a second. It's family, Maria. Don't you trust me? Of course I do. I'm surprised by how easily the lie comes out. But if I'm investing, I need to understand exactly what I'm investing in. Back at the table, my parents are already discussing which of Monica's professors they should reach out to for advisory board positions. I sit quietly, nodding at appropriate intervals, but my mind is racing. Later that night, I call my boyfriend Tristan. I need your help with something. What's up? Remember when you said you could trace financial records if you needed to? There's a pause. Maria, what are you planning? I think about years of backhanded compliments, of being the responsible one, the reliable one, the boring one. I think about Monica's designer shoes and vague promises and the way our parents beam at her every word. I'm planning to finally see what's behind my sister's curtain, I say, and I have a feeling we're going to find quite a show. The satisfaction in my voice surprises even me. For the first time in my life, I'm not going to smile and nod and write the check. This time, I'm going to make them all see exactly who Monica really is, and maybe, just maybe, they'll finally see me too. You're doing what for your family now? Maeve leans across our lunch table, nearly knocking over her salad. After everything they've put you through? I'm at my usual spot in the office courtyard, trying to process the voicemail my father left this morning. His words still ring in my ears. Family supports, family, Maria. Your mother and I have always encouraged both our daughters' dreams. It's not that simple, I say, stabbing at my own lunch. You don't know Monica. She's got this way of making everything sound perfectly reasonable. Reasonable, Tristan joins us, pulling up a chair. There's nothing reasonable about asking your sister for hundreds of thousands of dollars without a solid business plan. He's right, of course. I pull out my tablet and show them the preliminary documentation Monica sent over. 5 pages of buzzwords and stock photos with exactly 0 financial projections. Look at this, I point to a particular line item. Research and development costs, pending final assessment. What does that even mean? Maeve squints at the screen. Wait, scroll back up. Did that say client education retreat in Santorini? Good catch. Tristan takes the tablet, his cybersecurity instincts kicking in. Want me to do some digging? I hesitate. It feels wrong looking into my own sister. More wrong than her trying to squeeze you for 300 grand? Maeve counters. My phone buzzes. Another text from Monica. Coffee tomorrow? We should really nail down those funding details. Mom's so excited about this. God, she never stops, I mutter, showing them the message. Tristan's expression hardens. Maria, remember last year when you mentioned Monica's endless grad school stints? How your parents kept funding each new degree? I nod. The pattern was always the same. Monica would discover her true calling, our parents would raid their savings to support her, and within a year, she'd pivot to something new. Let me run some basic checks, Tristan says. Nothing illegal, just public records. Something feels off here. Before I can respond, my phone rings. Elizabeth's name flashes on the screen. Hi, Mom. Maria, darling, have you looked over Monica's proposal? She's waiting to hear back from several other investors, but they need confirmation from the first round of funding. I grip the phone tighter. I'm still reviewing the documentation. The numbers seem a bit unclear. Numbers, she sighs, always so focused on the practical. This is about vision, dear. Monica has such remarkable vision. Vision doesn't pay bills, Mom. No, but it changes the world. You know, your sister turned down a prestigious fellowship to pursue this project. Something in her tone makes me pause. Which fellowship? Oh, from that environmental institute in... Well, Monica would know the details. The point is, she's sacrificing so much for this dream. After we hang up, I turn to Tristan. Do it. Check everything. He's already typing on his laptop. Starting with this fellowship she supposedly turned down? Starting with everything. That evening, I'm reviewing work emails when Tristan calls. You need to see this, he says without preamble. I found Monica's credit card statements from the past year. How did you... She used your parents' address for billing. The statements are going to their house. He pauses. Maria, there are charges from luxury hotels all over Europe. Athens, Florence, Paris. The research trips she mentioned? If by research you mean spa treatments and shopping sprees, there's a single charge for $4,000 at Gucci in Milan from 3 months ago. My hands start shaking. Send me everything you found. There's more, he says quietly. I think she might be accessing your parents' accounts somehow. The room seems to tilt. What? There are regular transfers from the retirement fund to an account in her name, started about 8 months ago. I think about my mother's casual mentions of Monica's fellowship, my father's increasing pressure about family support. How many lies has my sister built her life on? I need a professional, I hear myself say. Someone who can track all of this legally. I know a guy, Tristan replies. Private investigator, very discreet. Used to work financial crimes. I look at my phone, another text from Monica. Don't forget coffee tomorrow, bringing some exciting updates about the think tank's global initiatives. For the first time, I see her messages for what they really are. Not enthusiasm, but desperation. She needs my money because she's running out of other people to scam. Book the investigator, I tell Tristan. It's time to see just how deep this rabbit hole goes. Sunday brunch at my parents' house has always been an Olympic sport in passive-aggressive commentary. Today, though, feels different. I'm armed with knowledge, and it's taking everything I have to keep my face neutral as Monica holds court. The response from potential partners has been overwhelming, she gushes, cutting into her eggs Benedict. We're looking at possible satellite offices in Geneva and Copenhagen. I watch my mother's eyes light up. European expansion already? Darling, that's wonderful. Speaking of expansion, my father turns to me. Have you finished reviewing the proposal, Maria? I take a slow sip of coffee. Actually, I have some questions about the financial projections. The international travel budget seems substantial. Monica's fork pauses halfway to her mouth. Well, establishing global connections requires face-to-face meetings. You understand that from your corporate work, right? Of course, I smile. Those luxury hotel charges must be for meeting potential investors? The silence lasts a fraction too long. Monica recovers quickly, but I catch the flash of panic in her eyes. Maria might be a realist, my mother interjects. But you've always been the dreamer, Monica. You wouldn't let her down, would you, Maria? Before I can respond, Monica's phone chimes. She glances at it and stands abruptly. Excuse me, I need to take this. Potential board member from Stockholm. The moment she's gone, my parents pounce. Why are you being difficult about this? My father demands. Your sister has worked incredibly hard. Has she? I set down my coffee cup. Tell me about this fellowship she turned down. My mother blinks. Oh, well, it was very prestigious. From that institute in... Which institute, Mom? Monica would know the details. Because they don't exist, I say quietly. Just like the satellite offices and the board members. My father's face reddens. How dare you accuse your sister? Have you checked your retirement account lately? The question stops him cold. My mother's hand flies to her throat. What are you implying? Monica chooses that moment to return, still holding her phone. Sorry about that. Such a promising conversation about our sustainable agriculture initiative. Monica, I say pleasantly, tell us more about your research trip to Santorini, the one labeled as a client education retreat. She freezes. For a split second, I see real fear in her eyes. That was a crucial networking opportunity. At a 5-star resort? With spa treatments? You've been spying on me? Her voice rises an octave. No, I reply calmly. I've been doing my due diligence, like any potential investor would. My mother stands up, hands shaking. This is ridiculous. Monica has dedicated her life to academic pursuit. She would never... Check your accounts, I cut in. Check the transfers. Ask her about the power of attorney she had you sign for emergency purposes. The color drains from my father's face. What power of attorney? Monica's composure cracks. Daddy, she's just jealous. She's always been jealous of my accomplishments, my vision. Your Gucci shopping sprees in Milan? I pull out my phone, showing them the statement Tristan found. $4,000 for a handbag while draining their retirement fund? The room explodes. My mother starts crying. My father demands answers. Monica tries to explain, her stories becoming more tangled with each attempt. I stand up, gathering my things. I'll send you copies of everything I've found, but this is just the beginning. You can't prove anything, Monica hisses as I pass her. I pause at the door. Actually, I can, and I will. You see, sister dear, while you were getting all those degrees, I was learning something too. What's that? She spits. How to play the long game. I smile. and for once, it reaches my eyes. Send me the rest of your proposal by Tuesday, all of it. Every document, every projection, every receipt. Or I start making phone calls. To whom? The IRS, for starters. I'm sure they'd love to hear about your creative accounting. I leave them there, Monica pale and shaking, my parents shell-shocked, their perfect Sunday brunch in ruins. In my car, I finally let out the breath I've been holding. My phone buzzes. It's Tristan. How did it go? Phase 1 complete, I text back. Set up that meeting with the investigator. Time to go deeper. Another text comes through, this one from Monica. You're making a huge mistake. I can explain everything. I don't respond. Instead, I start my car and head home, already planning my next move. Because for the first time in my life, I'm not the one making mistakes. I'm the one exposing them. Zachariah Woods' office looks exactly like what you'd expect from a private investigator, sparse, professional, and slightly worn around the edges. He studies the documents spread across his desk, occasionally making notes on a legal pad. Your sister's got quite the paper trail, he says, tapping his pen against a bank statement. Multiple accounts, regular transfers, carefully timed withdrawals. She's not amateur hour. Can you trace where the money's actually going? I ask. He nods slowly. Already have. Want the good news or the bad news first? Bad. Your parents' retirement fund has lost about 40% of its value in the past year. The good news? We can prove exactly where every penny went. He pulls up a spreadsheet on his laptop. Your sister's academic credentials check out. She really does have those degrees, but these organizations she lists as supporting her think tank? Either they don't exist, or they've been defunct for years. Show me. For the next hour, Zachariah walks me through Monica's financial maze. Designer clothes, first-class flights, five-star hotels, all disguised as business expenses for a company that exists only on paper. What about the other investors she mentioned, I ask. Fictional, though she did create some impressive fake correspondence. He slides over some printouts. These email threads? The domain names were registered 3 months ago. She's been building her cover story. My phone buzzes, another message from Monica. Please call me. We need to talk about this as sisters. I ignore it. What about the power of attorney? Zachariah's expression darkens. That's where it gets interesting. Your mother signed it last December, supposedly for emergency medical decisions, but the document gives Monica full financial authority. Jesus, I rub my temples. Can we prove she's misused it? Already have. He pulls out another document. See these transfers? They're timed to look like investment deposits, but they're going straight to her personal accounts. Then she moves the money around between 3 or 4 banks to obscure the trail. Clever girl, I mutter. Clever, yes. Legal? No. He leans back in his chair. Want to hear something really interesting? I found records of her applying for business loans using your parents' house as collateral. They were denied, but she tried 3 different banks. My blood runs cold. They don't know about that. I'd be surprised if they did. He shuffles through more papers. There's also evidence she's been lying about her employment status to maintain her health insurance through your parents' plan. She's well past the age limit for dependent coverage. Insurance fraud, too? Perfect. My phone buzzes again. This time it's my father. We need to discuss this as a family. Your mother is very upset. Zachariah watches me ignore this message, too. What's your endgame here? Truth, I say simply. They need to see who she really is. Well, I've got plenty of truth for you. He hands me a thick folder. Bank statements, credit card records, loan applications, fake business registrations. It's all here. But be careful how you use it. This kind of revelation, it breaks families. They're already broken, I reply. They just don't know it yet. Back in my car, I start going through the folder. Each page reveals another layer of Monica's deception. Then I find something that makes my heart stop. A document showing she's been secretly taking out credit cards in our mother's name. My phone rings. It's Monica again. This time I answer. "Stop whatever you think you're doing," she says immediately. "You're going to destroy this family." "No, Monica, you already did that. I can explain everything." "Like the credit cards in Mom's name?" I hear her sharp intake of breath. "Or the attempted home equity loans, or maybe the insurance fraud?" Silence. "Here's what's going to happen," I continue, surprised by how steady my voice is. "You're going to send me every document related to your think tank. Every email, every receipt, every proposal. You have 24 hours. And if I don't? Then I start making copies, lots of copies, for the banks, the insurance company, the IRS. You wouldn't. Try me." I grip the steering wheel tighter. "You know what's funny? All those years of being the responsible one, the boring one, they taught me something you never learned." "What's that?" "Documentation matters." I start my car. 24 hours, Monica. Tick-tock. I hang up and pull out into traffic, the folder heavy on the passenger seat beside me. My phone starts buzzing again, probably my parents, or Monica with another plea. I don't check it. Instead, I drive straight to Tristan's place. We have a lot of documents to organize, and I want everything perfect for the family meeting I'm about to call. It's time for my presentation, and unlike Monica's, mine will have real numbers to back it up. "This is completely unnecessary," my father announces as we gather in their living room. "We can handle family matters without all this documentation." I've arranged this meeting carefully, setting up my laptop and laying out folders on the coffee table. Monica sits across from me, trying to look composed but constantly checking her phone. Our mother perches on the edge of the sofa, hands clasped tightly in her lap. "Actually," I say, opening the first folder, "documentation is exactly what we need right now." "Before we start," Monica interrupts, "I want to say how hurt I am that my own sister would go behind my back." "Like you went behind Mom's back to open credit cards in her name?" The room goes silent. My mother's head snaps up. "What credit cards?" I slide the evidence across the table. 3 of them, totaling just over $40,000 in charges. That's not," Monica stammers. "Not what? Not true?" I pull up the statements on my laptop. Should we go through the charges, the spa days, the shopping sprees? My father stands up, his face red. "Now listen here." "No, you listen." My voice is ice. For once in your lives, both of you are going to listen to me instead of her. I turn to Monica. "Did you send me the documentation I asked for?" She lifts her chin. "I told you, those documents contain sensitive information about potential investors." "You mean these investors?" I open another folder, spreading out papers. "The ones with email addresses registered 3 months ago? The fake LinkedIn profiles? The dissolved companies?" My mother picks up one of the papers with trembling hands. "Monica, what is she talking about?" "She's trying to sabotage me because she's jealous." Monica's voice rises. "She's always been jealous of my success, my vision." "Your vision?" I laugh. "Let's talk about your vision. Mom, Dad, would you like to know what your retirement fund has been financing?" I pull up the spreadsheet Zachariah prepared. 5 nights at the Four Seasons in Paris, shopping at Gucci in Milan, a week-long research retreat at a luxury spa in Santorini. Those were legitimate business expenses," Monica protests, "for a business that doesn't exist." I turn the laptop so they can all see. "There is no think tank. There never was. It's all smoke and mirrors to fund her lifestyle." My father sinks back into his chair. "The power of attorney was never for medical emergencies." I hand him the document. "Read it carefully this time, Dad. She has full access to your accounts." Monica starts crying, right on cue. "I was going to pay it all back. Once the think tank got funding." "Stop." My mother's voice is barely a whisper. Just stop lying. "I'm not lying. Maria's the one trying to destroy everything. She's always been cold, Always been jealous of our relationship. I stand up slowly. You know what? You're right. I was jealous. For years, I watched you get everything. Their love, their money, their trust. And I worked twice as hard to get half the recognition. I turned to my parents. But this isn't about jealousy anymore. This is about fraud. This is about your daughter stealing your retirement, destroying your credit, and nearly costing you your house. The house? My father looks up sharply. What about the house? I show them the loan applications. Monica goes pale. She tried to take out equity loans using your home as collateral. 3 different banks. They were denied, thankfully. My mother starts sobbing. My father just stares at the papers, his hands shaking. I can fix this, Monica pleads. I have connections. Your connections are as fake as everything else about you. I start gathering my documents. You have 2 choices. Either you come clean about everything, every penny you took, every lie you told, or I start making phone calls. You wouldn't dare. I smile, and it's not a nice smile. Try me. I've got enough evidence here for fraud charges, identity theft, insurance fraud. Should I go on? We're family, she whispers. Yes, we are, and family shouldn't steal from family. I look at our parents. Check your accounts, check your credit reports, then decide what you want to do about your golden child. I head for the door, pausing only when my father calls out. Maria, wait. Are you sure about all this? I turn back one last time. Every document is verified, every transaction is traced. For once in your lives, look at the evidence instead of listening to her stories. Monica stands up. If you walk out that door, you'll what? Cry? Manipulate? Make up more lies? I shake my head. Game over, sister dear. Time to face the consequences. I leave them there, surrounded by the proof of Monica's deception. In my car, I take a deep breath, then text Tristan. It's done. Phase 1 complete. His reply comes quickly. Ready for Phase 2? I start my car, smiling grimly. Oh yes, very ready. This is even worse than we thought, Zachariah says, spreading new documents across my dining room table. Your sister's been busy since our last meeting. Tristan leans over the investigator's shoulder, frowning at the papers. She's trying to cover her tracks. Not very well, Zachariah points to a series of transactions. Look at this. She's moving money between accounts faster now, but she's getting sloppy. Made some rookie mistakes in her panic. My phone buzzes for the 100th time today. Another message from Monica. Please, we can work this out. Don't do anything rash. What's our next move? I ask, ignoring the text. Zachariah pulls out a thick manila envelope. This is everything. Bank records going back 5 years, credit card statements, loan applications, plus screenshots of all her fake business profiles and correspondence. I've organized it chronologically. And it's all admissible? Tristan asks. All obtained legally? Everything here is either public record or accessed with proper authorization. Zachariah taps the envelope. Your sister's not the only one who knows how to document things. My phone rings. My father this time. I let it go to voicemail. They've been calling non-stop, I explain. Mom's alternating between crying and defending Monica. Dad keeps saying we need to handle this internally. They're in denial, Tristan says softly. It's easier than accepting they've been conned by their own daughter. Zachariah starts arranging documents into piles. These are the credit card statements showing purchases in Milan, Paris, and Rome, all labeled as business development expenses. Here are the fake company registrations, and these... He pauses, pulling out a separate stack. These are the forged signatures on loan documents. Forged signatures? I lean closer. Your mother's signature on several documents doesn't match her known signature. I had a handwriting expert verify it. My phone buzzes again. This time it's a text from my mother. We raised you better than this. Family doesn't turn on family. I show the message to Tristan, who shakes his head. The irony is painful. What about the insurance fraud? I ask Zachariah. He pulls out another file. Clear as day, she's been claiming dependent status for health insurance while lying about her employment. The penalties for that alone could be significant. I start organizing everything into a presentation folder. I want it to be undeniable. No room for emotional manipulation or creative explanations. Oh, it's undeniable, Zachariah assures me. I've included a summary sheet at the front. Total amount stolen, dates, methods used. It's all there in black and white. My phone rings again. Monica. This time, I answer and put it on speaker. Whatever you're planning, she starts immediately. Think about what this will do to Mom and Dad. You mean like what stealing their retirement did to them? I was going to pay it back. The think tank just needed more time. The think tank doesn't exist, Monica. Just like your investors don't exist. Just like your research doesn't exist. I can explain everything, she insists. Just give me a chance to... To what? Make up more lies? Forge more signatures? Open more credit cards in Mom's name? Silence. That's what I thought. I look at the organized evidence in front of me. I'm calling a family meeting tomorrow night. Either you come clean about everything, or I do it for you. You wouldn't dare. Try me. I hang up before she can respond. Zachariah starts packing up his files. You know this is going to get ugly, right? It's been ugly for years, I reply. They just couldn't see it. After he leaves, Tristan helps me prepare the final presentation. Every document is labeled, every transaction highlighted, every lie exposed in methodical detail. Are you sure you want to do this? He asked quietly. Once you show them everything, they need to see it all. I close the folder with finality. Every receipt, every forged signature, every fake email. No more hiding behind family loyalty or Monica's vision. My phone buzzes one last time for the night. A text from Monica. Fine. You want war? Let's have war. I show it to Tristan, who whistles low. She's desperate. Good. I set my phone down and look at the completed presentation folder. Desperate people make mistakes, and I've documented every single one of them. Tomorrow night, my family will finally see the truth, whether they want to or not. I've spent my whole life being the responsible one, the practical one, the boring one. Time to show them what the boring one can do. The tension in my parents' living room could be cut with a knife. I've set up my laptop and laid out copies of the presentation folder, one for each of them. Monica sits across from me, wearing what I recognize as her interview outfit, complete with pearls. Our parents look like they've aged 10 years since I last saw them. Before we start, Monica announces, I want to say, No, I cut her off firmly. You've done enough talking. Tonight, we look at facts. I open the first folder. Let's start with the credit cards opened in Mom's name. I had permission, Monica protests. Really? I turn to our mother. Did you know about the Nordstrom card with a $15,000 balance? Mom's face goes pale. What? Or the American Express with $23,000 in charges? I slide the statements across the table. All those spa treatments and designer shopping sprees while you were worried about affording your medications? That's not. I was building professional connections. Monica's voice rises an octave. Professional connections? I pull out more documents. You mean like these fake LinkedIn profiles you created, or these non-existent board members? Our father stands up abruptly. This is ridiculous. Monica has always... Always what, Dad? Always lied? Always stolen? Always manipulated? I start laying out bank statements. Here's what your retirement account looked like last year, and here's what it looks like now. Want to guess where 40% of your savings went? Monica jumps to her feet. I was investing in our future. My think tank doesn't exist. I pull up the business registration database on my laptop. Never has. But the luxury hotels you stayed at, those were very real. 5 stars in Paris, Milan, Santorini. Those were research trips. Research? I laugh coldly. Is that what we're calling $1,000 spa treatments now? Our mother picks up one of the credit card statements with trembling hands. Monica, these charges... I can explain everything. Monica's composure cracks. The think tank just needs more time to... To what? I interrupt. To drain more of their retirement? To forge more signatures? To destroy their credit completely? Forge signatures? Our father's voice is barely a whisper. I hand him the loan applications. She tried to take out equity loans on your house, 3 different banks, using forged signatures. The color drains from his face as he reads. That's not... Monica looks around wildly. Daddy, she's trying to turn you against me. She's always been jealous of our relationship. Jealous? I stand up slowly. You want to talk about jealousy? Fine. Let's talk about how I worked my way up from nothing while you lived off their money. Let's talk about how I built my career while you collected degrees and maxed out credit cards. Let's talk about ROI, Monica. What exactly have they gotten for their investment in you? I have vision, she shrieks. I have dreams. You're just a corporate drone who can pay her own bills, I cut in. Who doesn't steal from her parents? Who doesn't commit fraud? Our mother starts sobbing. Please, please, stop. No, Mom, no more stopping, no more hiding. I turn back to Monica. Tell them the truth, all of it, now. Monica's face twists. You self-righteous bitch. You think you're so perfect with your executive job and your boring boyfriend and your precious documentation. The documentation that proves every word I'm saying. I start laying out more papers. Here's your fake business plan. Here's your forged investor letters. Here's your fraudulent insurance claims. Should I keep going? She lunges for the papers, but I'm faster. Don't even try it. What do you want? She hisses. The truth. Or I start making calls. IRS, credit card companies, insurance fraud investigators. Take your pick. Our father sinks into his chair, looking broken. Monica, how could you? Daddy, please. She turns on the tears. I was going to pay it all back. I just needed... Stop lying! I slam my hand on the table. For once in your life, tell the truth. The room goes silent except for our mother's quiet sobs. Monica looks around wildly like a trapped animal. Finally, her shoulders slump. Fine, she whispers. Fine. You want the truth? I spent it. All of it. There is no think tank. There never was. Happy now? Our parents' faces crumple. Years of delusion, of blind faith in their golden child, shatter in an instant. Get out, our father says quietly. Both of you. Just get out. I gather my documents silently. At the door, I turn back one last time. I'm sorry it had to be this way. Monica follows me out, her perfect facade finally cracked. You've ruined everything. No, I reply calmly. You did that all by yourself. I leave her there on the porch, mascara running down her face, and drive away from the wreckage of our family's illusions. The doorbell rings while I'm reviewing quarterly reports in my home office. Through the security camera, I see a familiar postal worker holding a certified letter. Thanks, Pete, I say, signing for it. The return address makes my heart skip. My parents' house. I haven't heard from them since that night 3 weeks ago, though Tristan keeps me updated on the aftermath through his monitoring of the accounts. Monica's been busy. She's tried opening 2 more credit cards, both declined. She's called every family friend for temporary loans. She's even attempted to access what's left of our parents' accounts, but the bank froze everything after I provided evidence of the fraud. My phone rings. It's Maeve. Your sister just showed up at the office looking for you. I sit up straight. What? Security didn't let her up. She was not happy. Started screaming about family betrayal and how you've ruined her life. Did she leave? Eventually, after threatening to expose you for corporate espionage or something equally dramatic. Maeve pauses. You okay? Fine. I look at the unopened letter. Just tired of the drama. After hanging up, I finally open the envelope. Inside is a single page, handwritten in my mother's precise script. Maria, we're selling the house. Your father and I have spoken with financial advisors and lawyers. The equity will help recover some of what we've lost. Monica's actions have left us no choice. We owe you an apology. Many apologies, actually. We've spent decades praising dreams while ignoring reality. We elevated vision over virtue. We failed you both, but in different ways. Monica's in therapy now, court-mandated after we filed charges. The credit card companies are pursuing legal action as well. She keeps asking us to drop everything, says we're destroying her future. She doesn't understand that she did that herself. We're not ready to see you yet. The truth you showed us was necessary, but it burns. We need time. But we want you to know, we see you now. We see the strength it took to build yourself without our support. We see the integrity that made you face this head on instead of looking away. We see you. Love, Mom. The doorbell rings again. This time it's Monica, looking nothing like the polished academic she once pretended to be. You have some nerve showing up here, I say, through the closed door. Please, she says. I just need a little help. Something to tide me over until... Until what? Until you find new victims? New accounts to drain? They're pressing charges. She sounds desperate. Our own parents are pressing charges. Actions have consequences, Monica. Isn't that what all those degrees taught you? I'm your sister. And they're your parents. Didn't stop you from stealing their retirement. She slumps against the door. What am I supposed to do? Take responsibility. Face the consequences. Build something real for once in your life. Easy for you to say. You've always been so perfect, so responsible. No, I cut her off. I've been invisible, the boring sister, the practical one. But you know what? Practical paid my mortgage, responsible built my career, boring kept me out of jail. I hate you, she whispers. No, you hate that I stopped enabling you. There's a difference. My phone buzzes, a text from Tristan. Your parents' lawyer called. Monica tried to access their new accounts. Police are involved. I show Monica the message through the glass. Still want to pretend this is about sibling rivalry? She starts crying, but I've seen this performance too many times to be moved. Goodbye, Monica. Get help. Real help. Not just another scheme. I watch through the security camera as she leaves, shoulders slumped, no trace of the golden child remaining. Back in my office, I pick up my mother's letter again. We see you now? 4 simple words I've waited decades to hear. My phone rings. It's Zachariah. Thought you'd want to know. Your parents' lawyer filed the last of the fraud charges today. Your sister's looking at serious consequences. Good, I say, and mean it. You okay? I look at the family photo on my desk, taken years ago when appearances mattered more than truth. You know what? I actually am. After hanging up, I take the photo out of its frame and drop it in the shredder. The same shredder that destroyed Monica's last desperate letter begging for money. Some things need to break before they can be rebuilt. Some truths need to shatter illusions before healing can begin. And some victories feel like losses until you realize what you've really won. I won my freedom from guilt, from manipulation, from the weight of family lies. And that's worth more than all the golden child's promises.